Hey, I'm Coach Jay with Blue57 Scouting News, and today is early signing day. NSD21, class of 21 is today's the early signing period, and we got a lot of kids signing up today. By our numbers, 80% of our database will be signed by the end of today. So we're interested in kind of what's happening there. We have Madison Whitver, who is an analyst with Blue57, on with us today to talk about 4 guys that have not committed yet, that have narrowed it down to a few schools. We're gonna test her to see which schools she thinks they're going to go to, and just kind of get her predictions there. So Madison, welcome, and glad to have you on the show.
It's good to be here.
So tell me about these 4 guys. I see we got Marcavius Brown up.
Yep, Marcavius Brown. He is from IMG Academy. He's a 6'1", 170-pound cornerback. He is extremely close to his family, and he's always wanted to take care of them. 24/7 experts think that he's going to commit to Ole Miss. They were all 100%, but based on what we have on our Blue57 database, I believe that he will go to a school like Miami. He said he's built to be a competitor, and with how well Miami is doing this year, I really believe that he'll see that they're the best fit for him. He's supposed to commit today around 2 p.m. also.
Awesome. Cool.
Then the next one we have is Darius McGhee. He is from Pensacola Catholic. He's 5'11.5" and he's a 160-pound cornerback. His choices are LSU, Ole Miss, Miami, Tennessee, and Mississippi State. The 24/7, they all say that he's going to LSU. He was previously verbally committed to Tennessee on July 30th, and then he got the LSU offer on August 30th, and then he decommitted from Tennessee on the 26th of November. So they were thinking that the big LSU offer kind of swayed his decision and really is pushing him to commit there. Based on what we have on the Blue57 database, I'm actually predicting that he will end up at Mississippi State because they were one of his very first offers into early 2019, and since he still has them on their top 5, I think he's really feeling that loyalty. They've been through the pandemic with him. They've kept in contact, and I think he's really feeling that loyalty and connection to the program and the coach. And he's also been keeping up and interacting with them. Also, he just retweeted their football program because their cornerback, Martin Emerson Jr., just was ranked number 3 in college football by PFF. And so he's been keeping updated with them. So I think he's going to go to Mississippi State over LSU.
Okay, awesome.
And then the third player we have is Savion Byrd. He is a 6'5", 265 offensive tackle out of Duncanville, Texas. His top 5 are Auburn, LSU, Oklahoma, SMU, and Texas. He recently tweeted about asking what it would be like to be a boomer sooner, and that is where all the 24/7 predictions are going. But I think he just tweeted that to just kind of see like the response he would get from his followers, to see like would the Oklahoma fans be there to support him.
Right.
But yeah, after like a little bit further investigation, you do realize like he moved to Texas to get like a better life, as he put it. He really has enjoyed their high school programs. He enjoys what Texas does with football. And so with that being said, I believe that he will go to commit to SMU over Oklahoma, just because he's loved Texas. He's been there for his entire high school, and I think he's just really dedicated to what those programs have to offer.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then lastly, we have Terrence Lewis. So Terrence is out of Miami, Central Florida. He recently said he was going to announce his top 3, but after Auburn fired their head coach Gus, he changed it to his top 2, Tennessee and Maryland. He was recently committed to Tennessee, but after he got his Auburn offer and talked more to the coach, he decommitted. And so I'm thinking that his coaching staff is clearly important to his decision since he decided not to have Auburn in his top 3. And so that is why I believe instead of Maryland, he will recommit to Tennessee because he knows he likes the coach. He was already committed there. And if you scroll down to his pinned tweet, he has the quote, "A major life decision is never a choice, but rather a realization that the decision has already been made." I think this is him just telling us that he's like, I've already made this choice. You guys have seen it, but now I'm just going to make you wait until January 2nd for me to prove it again. So yeah, right. I think he's going to end up at Tennessee again.
That's awesome. Yeah. The players will usually tell you what they think, which is usually what they end up doing. So it's pretty predictable. That's awesome. Yeah, so all these guys decided to hold out on their commitments until today. They want to keep it more exciting. I can tell you overall, a lot of times those coaches do not know until the very last minute where they're going to commit. So they may have told a coach late last night or early this morning, but they don't know. So it'll be exciting to see how this thing plays out. I mean, you're picking some schools like Mississippi State. That's an interesting pick that you're really going out on the line on some of these because they're not really had great years this past year. A lot of times at the end, guys tend to go toward the teams that have the better records and because they got momentum and all that. But, you know, the reality is everybody's individual. So we'll see how these guys do. I think that all your picks, you got good reasoning behind it, and we'll just have to wait to see how it plays out. So no, that's awesome. So anyway, for our viewers, we will have a 5 o'clock wrap-up show today. We kind of go through the different teams and the different commits. We'll definitely follow up on all Madison's picks for today. We also will do a wrap-up show tomorrow that will be top 20 recruiting classes. So Samuel will be going through that and just letting us see how the final day plays out. So Madison, thank you for that. We appreciate that. This is interesting stuff, and it's going to be an interesting day. So to all our fans,
yes,
see you.